Hi, my name is Mike Rich. I have 3 college degrees, numerous licenses and certifications, but predominantly in the medical world, I practice as a certified licensed athletic trainer. What I do on a day-to-day basis now is travel with pro rodeo, which is by far my favorite sport to cover. And with thanks to Justin Boot Company, I'm allowed to do medicine for the reason I got into medicine, just to help people. In this series, I'm bringing on a lot of really smart, intelligent doctors. I'll also bring people on the show that are life experiences may help you. And so I think I can reach out and help you people with whatever medical ailment you may have. Mike Rich here with the Justin Sports Medicine Show. Our guest today is Luke Branquino, 5-time world champion steel wrestler that's been through a myriad of injuries. Welcome to the show, Luke.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Mike.
The reason I want to interview you on this medical podcast I'm trying to do is not the miles you've traveled, but the road you've traveled on, which is a lot of washboard roads. Just give me a quick synopsis of injuries that required surgery.
So we'll start in 2005 with my pec. Well, I actually went a few years without requiring surgery, which was kind of nice, obviously, you know. And then 14 was my lat, which I did at Salinas. Bounced back quick from that one. Then we go to 17 with my rotator cuff. 18 was my bicep. 19 was my ACL, and 21 was my hamstring.
What made you come back and do so well after? What do you attribute that to?
I think knowing that to get back to the level of a champion, you have to put in the work as far as making sure you pick the right doctor, making sure you pick the right rehab therapist, making sure the people that are in your corner have to be the right people, such as yourself. I mean, I can't tell you how many times, whether it was surgery injuries or just injuries, I had to call you because I knew you would direct me on the right path and where to go to make myself get back to championship form.
The other thing is true though, look, you did the work. Like I remember questioning you and you sent me a video of you swimming laps in a pool. I didn't know you knew how to swim. But how did you keep the mindset of not giving up?
There was many times I wanted to give in, throw in the towel because I was tired, I was sore, I was frustrated, but you just have to push through that, drive through that. And fortunately for me, my support system with my wife and my family, you know, was huge. And growing up as a kid, that was always something, you know, my folks tried to instill in me. You finish what you started, and then when you get there at the finish line, you'd be like, wow, this was worth it.
And so you did it 4 more times. Yeah. So question for you, what is the strangest thing you've seen in one of our facilities?
The cupping deal was probably the strangest thing you did. And I actually just looked at a picture of that on the phone with my bicep. And I came to your clinic and you put cups on my bicep. And that was probably one of the strangest things. But also the dry needling. We did dry needling on my arm in Tucson, and we did it a couple times, not knowing anything what it was, and you telling me about it. And I mean, who's going to trust somebody to stick a needle in your arm, make your arm twitch? And obviously knowing what you guys do and trying to make us better, I trusted you. And I mean, there's so many things, but those were some of the interesting ones.
Well, I appreciate you coming today, Luke.
I appreciate what you guys have done for me and what you're going to do for the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, Dr. Bailey, welcome to my show, the Justin Sports Medicine team. We're trying to reach out and help a lot of people break medical terms down into layman's terms. He came to Phoenix in around 1996 for the Suns organization.
I just was here on a road trip for a game. I joined a group that took care of the Suns. The first year the Coyotes were here, so I was co-team physician for that, head orthopedist for the Rattlers, the Mercury, and did a lot of high schools at the time, about 11 high schools.
What do you enjoy about helping me with rodeo versus other sports?
Listen, these guys pay their own way. They don't advance, or there's no guarantees. They work when they're injured. It's a labor of love for them, even sometimes to the point of stupidity, because they don't...
Detrimental.
Yeah, they don't want to stay out, but they're the toughest people on the planet, and they love what they do, and they're not doing it simply for a paycheck.
True. Like in interviews I do, like I tell people I've seen everything from hangnails to dead. The amount of rodeos you covered with me, either in indoor training room buildings or trailers, what's the uniquest injury you've seen?
I think the most unique I still remember was the guy, I think he was a PTATC from California who dislocated his knee. Yep, remember that? That was the one that stuck in my mind because his knee, that was a bad injury. Those are limb-threatening injuries. You could lose your leg pretty fast in those. And it was so unstable. Just if I took my hands off it in the dirt, it's coming out. So, you know, we got him splinted and all this stuff, and we asked him just to go get some x-rays because we didn't have it at the event. Next thing I know, you tell me he packed himself in his trailer and drove back to California. And that mentality, while not smart for him, you know, he's in charge of himself, of course, but it's still that mentality I love, that it's like nothing's going to stop me.
Well, Dr. Bailey, thank you for the time. Appreciate you coming in and donating your time to help me out.
Glad to do it. Thank you for having me.